Mayor, like to call the meeting order with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Don.
Martyr.
Here.
Mazer.
Here.
Schneider. Sofa.
Here.
Weaver. Wilson. Zimmer.
Here.
Non-agenda items from the sideline. Mr. Fields? You're gonna pass? Okay. Moving on. Comments from city administration. Bart?
What?
Yeah. Need a minute?
No, at this time, I'd like to, see if we can arrange a DPW committee meeting. Got a couple of things that we got to
Okay.
What is it?
We'll do that.
All right.
Do you want to do it right now or what?
No.
No.
We're gonna arrange it.
Gotta go to the meeting.
Yeah.
anytime.
Let's go to fire hall, we can have this meeting.
Anything else, Bart?
Not at this time.
No?
I got someone working 4 days a week now during the day. It's going great. As an example of how it helped out, I was on vacation last week. Wednesday, we had 5 calls that were unanswered otherwise, so,
And you got a vacation?
and I got a vacation.
Wonderful.
So it's going well.
Where'd you hire from?
We posted it on Facebook and got one guy's from the Peck area and the others from over in Lapeer County.
They'll all qualify.
Oh, yeah, very, very well.
So they're there like from 7 to 3 or?
7:30 to 3:30, Monday through Thursday right now. Still need to find a fourth or third person to cover Friday. We're working on it.
Cool. Thanks, sir. Approval or adoption of the agenda. Anybody got any changes? If not, I'll take a motion. So moved.
Mazer.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa. Weaver. Wilson.
Yes.
Zimmer.
Yes.
Martyr.
Approval of the regular meeting minutes, August 20th, 2024, and the special meetings of August 27th, 2024.
Make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of August 20th, 2024, and the special meetings of August 27th, 2024.
Support?
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa. Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Zimmer.
Yes.
Martyr.
Yes.
Mazer.
Yes.
All right, presentation approval of the August disbursements report, $833,000, $474.86, and the electronic wire transfers of $13,397.93. Can we have a motion, please?
Can I have a few seconds to ask?
Oh, yeah, certainly. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, you paid 833,000 somewhere?
Huh?
You paid
That's just the monthly bills.
for
Part of that was for the
$833,000?
grant.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's all the bills in August. But you gotta remember, that's like a lot of our insurance still, a lot of the early bills.
That's almost our whole yearly budget.
There's a huge expense.
The biggest payment.
No,
was the
some of
grant.
that you gotta remember is taxes we collect that we have to pass out to the county, their share and stuff. Like the school, the one I just gave out today, I think was 500 and some thousand.
Okay.
So a lot of that's tax money. You'll see it start slowing down now. 'cause
We
it's
collect
after
it and then
August.
give it to the.
Yeah, I collected all 4 of them.
We hand it all out at one
time.
time.
Well, then there's these huge ones to excavating for the water and sewer thing too. Right, that isn't every month, so that's where a large chunk of it is.
Any other questions?
Yeah, a couple quick questions. I'm just curious how this works. You had a couple local payment funds, 2 of them. Now, how does that work? I mean, are they canceling each other out there? They're both 1536?
Wait.
Or
page 1, right at the top, CoreLogic, centralized refunds.
Yeah, that could be CoreLogic, like someone moved and they paid the bills and then their title company paid it too, so I gotta send some back.
So
They
it's-
double paid basically, 2 people did.
But that doesn't, that just zeros on our budget like that, I'm just trying to, is that an expense to us, what was that?
No, it's not an expense to us, it was an overpayment that we received, so we have to give that back.
Oh, okay.
They
sent
paid
that money,
twice.
Then you sent it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I sent it back to the second person, the first person always
Yeah,
pays.
because sometimes when somebody sells a house, you'll pay your mortgage,
think it's
we'll
very
pay your
confusing.
taxes. And then when you close, the title company also
But they hold
balances
that in
everything
escrow.
out.
I saw
They'll
two
also
pages
send,
exactly the same.
yeah,
Yes.
they'll also send a check.
There was 2 people this month that did that too, it was like, wow,
If
it don't
you need,
happen often.
The next city council 101, the $2,000 for miscellaneous, that is, was
That
that
was-
escrow?
2,000 under city council.
That's the
Yeah.
EMD.
Yeah, that's our realtor, right?
Yeah, they'll
Yes,
go towards
that
our
was how
closing
they-
So now
costs
I'm
when
just
we
curious,
close.
how does that work now that we've moved forward?
Yeah, that,
We're gonna keep
That
that
was-
stuff out of council and just have to amend it.
But I mean, will that 2,000
it will
come
go
back
to,
to us?
no, it doesn't come back to us, it goes towards our closing costs. So
that'll
it's
come
less
off
we'll have
of
to pay.
our price.
Yeah,
But we are gonna
from
see
our
a
closing.
credit from that 2,000. I mean,
You will
Yeah,
on the
instead of paying
title,
189,
yes.
you'll pay 187, or, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, whatever the title company will come up and give us a balance sheet of what everything is, and then you'll see
Got
that
it,
credit.
yeah, I got it. Page 3 on 462 construction, Boardman East. I don't, what do we do on Boardman East? Did we do that already? Isn't that East?
Boardman East on page 4,
3,
3.
under 4.
Art might know that better than me.
460.
What is it?
It's the engineering cost for the road.
Oh,
It's
engineering.
Boardman West.
Oh,
Well, that's,
okay.
that's for the grant we're trying to,
Okay, but I was just throwing off East,
Somehow.
you know. I thought
It
we
says
were.
East.
she probably put it under the same line and it's, that's labeled east in the computer.
And then I think Tim was alluding to that, in our under same page, sewer systems expense, we have like 3 that add up to like almost $500,000. And those are all going to sewer projects that.
water. The grant, probably the grant
Yeah,
money
did
that,
that
that
come
one
off of
point.
that lowest grant, lowest of the.
Lowest, Robert,
Lowest,
and
so
we
we're
also-
making payment, we're paying our contractors now that have done that work.
Yeah, the work isn't completed, we still got water meter replacement yet, they're working on the generator as we speak.
And that money's coming in too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the grant.
Yeah, thank you. That's all I had.
I make a motion to approve the August disbursement report of $833,474.86. Electronic wire transfers of $13,397.93.
I'll support.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Right, communications, I have none. Unfinished business, new city hall committee. We've assigned some members to the committee to move forward on this, you know, as far as after the sale's complete. I don't know that we have to have a big push on it. I think we can maybe fish around for those that want to be on this committee. And just point of information, I talked to Fogroso today, and we're waiting on getting the closing set up. Here's some paperwork that's gotta be shuffled around, and as soon as something comes through. I guess we can, you know, fish around on who wants to be on this committee.
I'd absolutely love to be on it. You put me on
I
it.
think Donna should be on it.
That's my thought too, because we have to look at, you know, how we wanna do a layout on it. Bart, I would like you to be on it too. I know, you know, we'll get you involved in it. I would like to be involved in it too. I mean, just because the whole construction aspect of it, that's, you know, stuff that I like to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, sometimes I'm pressed for time, but at the same time, I'd like to have my input on it also.
We don't have a ton of pressure right now.
No,
You know,
I mean, it's one
we're-
of those,
The way
we
things are
can,
going, it's all happening fairly quickly, and if we have more people on, we get more done quick.
right, so,
What was that, I'm sorry, Steve, I heard quit, and I'm not sure what you're.
Quick.
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 No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Quick.
Okay,
I said things are going fairly quick.
oh, yeah,
With
yeah,
getting the bids and everything's,
yeah,
you know, moving
Okay.
right along, so I'm figuring that if it keeps up at that pace, we have
Right,
you
and
know,
now,
a big group of people, we can get things
right,
Yeah.
now
done pretty
we,
quickly.
right, we've
Gotcha.
moved forward on this, and it's one of those, it's like, I think we need to gather some more estimates on stuff and maybe sidestep a little bit and look at exactly what we wanna do, you know? Whether it's getting somebody to come in and look at a design and layout for lighting, and, you know, there's a lot of aspects that we need to look at, you know what I mean? And have as a committee, and to share with everybody else too on, you know, I have my ideas and somebody else might have a different idea, but,
I think you got a pretty good 4-person committee to start with right now. Bart's willing.
I have a measurer coming out the 11th. You have to schedule a few weeks out. These are gonna be from Lowe's. It's more impressive than the
right.
Home Depot.
And it's, and
So
it-
that should be a hard quote. We should have finished off here, so we've done the boiler, we just have
So
choose our
then,
paint. We have the bids for those. Everything else is, once we get that in.
well, and at the same time, it's
costs.
one of those, and I'm not sure how many bids we've had on everything, where we need to
Three.
sit back and
Pretty much 3.
agree on everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I had a boiler inspection. I didn't call for bids on that.
Gotta get
You
it
know,
back.
I don't need to have 3 different boiler inspector companies come out.
No.
I went with a reputable one.
Yeah.
And that was actually,
And that
it was
one.
$230. That was the fee
Just
that
to-
paid there, and they gave us a list of work, you know.
Have you, consulted with Donna as far as like the floor plan, the layout? And
Right, that's.
she's gonna have to
basically-
work in there, so she should definitely
Oh, yeah.
The
have
setup.
input
I
on
want
it.
her to pick out the color of the floor too, I already told her.
Yeah. She
We
wants
can
to-
change
it's
the
her
color
office,
on
so
that
how does she
quote,
want
but
it to
I just
flow?
put one in there.
You know?
What would you do
Years.
first though? I've been trying.
Clean it,
Oh, yeah. I know
Paint it.
between
you
the
need to clean the whole
flooring,
building.
you can't paint it until you put the new walls up. It would be, you'd have to do the layout first.
That's why we would need a committee.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And watch over things are done, and so, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to make any motion, or is it just a committee?
yeah, I mean, it's just appointment, and you know, the thing is, we don't have to limit ourselves to 4 people, I mean, you know, it's one of those.
And they're
You
just
can
starting.
stop in as long as there's not 4 of us there,
Right,
right?
Right. And so, I mean, you only got 2 right now that are in council. I mean, me and Bert don't count, so.
Right.
Well, you're just gonna recommend to us to approve it.
Larry, I don't know if you wanna be
And if somebody
involved in
wants to
that or
step in
not.
and,
Okay,
Okay,
so,
It all comes back to council anyway.
Mhm.
yeah,
More ideas the better though before we present a plan.
Yeah.
very good. So I think we have our committee.
Three council members.
Do we-
So Larry wanted to
you
go
don't need a
on.
vote on it or nothing?
No, I don't think we need to.
I don't either.
All right, moving on. Approval of the website.
There was
I guess
another-
you guys are looking
That's
at
gonna
me.
be you.
I saw this on here, so I guess so we had talked previously, about updating the Memphis city website. We had a gentleman come in, and to be totally honest, I don't remember his name, but I can get all that contact information.
The story, Stocky.
Yeah, that's it. And I had talked with Donna and Amber about when they felt like they would be prepared for it. They said September, so I think we're ready to potentially explore that idea. If I remember correctly, the cost is $1,800 to develop the website, and then there's a quarterly charge for them to update it, maintain it, add things to it. They will automatically add all of our meeting minutes to the website. When we post things, it'll all be on there. It'll look better, it's more modern. So I think we want to move forward with it, if I'm not mistaken, and we just want to see if the council is approving of that.
So is this a firm?
That'll save a lot of
for
FOIA work
exa-
having all the meetings.
What's that?
For example, if I want my
Sure, I'll
CCR
read you
reports,
anyhow.
what I generally put on there,
We can,
that would be something I would contact them to do?
you would just send it to them and they do it.
Okay,
All you gotta do is send them a PDF and they upload everything.
okay.
And they make it look pretty, and I've seen some of their websites, it's more user-friendly than what we have. Not that what we have is bad, it's a free
Right.
website and it works. But what they have is a little better. They work for St. Clair Township, I think is the website that they constructed.
What I would like to see, and I don't know what it takes to do it, is the ability for people to pay their water bill online through the website.
I don't believe we can. our bank told us the cost was not sufficient for us, because I think we looked into that just a few years ago.
Well, yeah, because the city would have to be hosting the website then, I believe is what the problem was with that.
And the city doesn't host this
Right.
website. This
That's
is
why
a
it's
third
only
party
by phone.
hosting.
You can mail it in though.
I know, I was just,
You can call over
I-
the phone.
You do
Why?
it, do it through the bank.
I've lived
You
in
could,
another
yeah.
city that allowed it over the website, and it was actually really convenient.
I think it was a great thing when Donna put a credit card machine.
Yeah, that helps
Even
too,
here,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
very helpful.
So I think what we're asking is, with council's approval, we would like to move forward with the construction, I guess you could say, of the Memphis City website, as it was presented in, I wanna say, May or June or something?
It was June, I
It
believe.
was
How
June.
much was it a month?
It was 1,800 to build it, and I believe it's $250 a quarter. Every 3 months is $250, I believe. If you want, I can come back next month. I can send an email to our city emails with all that specific information if you're not comfortable, whatever the case may be. But the initial upfront cost is $1,800.
And I remember his presentation, it sounded pretty good, and I think he does your website,
He
right?
does my website, and he reaches, if I don't have time to get with him, he reaches out to me.
Yeah.
And then, so, I just send him stuff and he puts it on there, easy peasy.
I don't see any reason to put that off. Why don't you just make a motion to?
I'd like to make a motion to move forward with the construction of the Memphis City website with Bob Stocky and his company.
Support?
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
I'll say yes, but I won't be on.
He won't use it.
It'll look good, Larry, I
I'll
promise.
show you it. Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Is that gonna come out of City Hall? Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I will.
John, I'll reach out to him tomorrow and kind of do the handoff and communication part.
Okay. Yeah, right now would be a great time.
Yep.
Moving on. Boardman Road reconstruction, phase 3 options.
You want to read it now?
Yeah, I figured you wanna talk on this, Larry.
Okay. If you go to the information only page, you can see the yearly funds available, and when you look at those figures, that's not very much when you've got the various municipalities applying for that. 2027 will be 1.26 million, 2028, 1.29 million, and 2029, 1.22 million. And you go to the BMJ, schedule there, we scheduled, initially we were going to have phase 3 go to Henderson, but when you look at the cost of this, we're got two pointed out here, Main Street to Mechanic Street. Got construction costs, engineering costs is usually about 15%, then he's got a contingency there, and so the total cost of that is $899,300. Main Street to Bell River Road, the total cost with the contingency is $1,135,500. And when you look what's available, of course, the construction cost is the only thing that qualifies for the grant. So, mechanic is $680,000, and Bell River to Bell River is $861,000. And of course, as you know, when all these quotes go out, they normally come in higher than that, so that's why we've got that contingency there. So that kind of explains that. Boardman Road to, from Main Street to Bell River is about 800 feet, and.
I think it has it backwards.
Yeah.
No, I got them reversed.
Yeah.
I got them reversed. It's 1,080 to Bell River. Okay, and then I made 2 spreadsheets on here. One is kind of the local street fund balance, and the other is the major street fund balance. Now, this, of course, is a major street. I think, you might be interested only in the bottom line, but I think I'll kind of go over this with, and by the way, some of this is purely estimates, because we don't have, some firm prices in yet, so. When the fiscal year 2022, surplus for the 2023-24 estimated about 49,000. So that brings it to 640. And Les Boardman Phase 2 expense, and that's estimated at 210,000. So that brings that down to 430. Now so now we're at 430,000 for the end fund balance at the end of 23-24. Fiscal year 24-25 is Down River Road, which they're doing now. That's going to be about 265,000. So that actually brings that down to 165. Now Union Street, we're kind of estimating or thinking about doing that when they do Lois and Robert Street early next year. But we do not have anything back from the engineering firm, Fish Bender that's done that. And I think we talked to him, Bart, about 2 months ago.
Easy. Yeah.
So, no.
Larry, excuse me, just, what
Yes.
part of Union Street?
Pardon?
Union Street
We have-
from,
All the way from Boardman
No,
down?
actually,
We have
because of money, we
Yeah, we
probably
have
knew
some-
what we'd like to do. But we'd sure like to get this section where the fire trucks and in doing that, right where they pull for their hydrants and such, I don't want that to be just asphalt. I want 8 to 10 inches of concrete, reinforced concrete. Where these, public trucks
asphalt,
and that.
because asphalt would not hold up on.
No,
But is that including Potter to that and then too?
No,
No? So
no,
not just
Yeah,
just this one block area.
Yeah.
one block, okay.
And the only reason we're having Fleet Bender do that, by the way, is because the engineering on Lois and Robert Street's already done, for the construction. Now, there will be construction engineering when they do that, but all the pre-engineering is already done on that, so. And I wanted to estimate of the, surpluses for 4 years. This is a ballpark figure, maybe less and maybe more. But I put in 40,000 per year for 4 years, so that adds 160. So we're at 325. Road millage for 4 years, I put in 60,000 a year. That's 240. So that would mean we have 565,000. As you know, road millage can be used on either local or major streets. Currently, we've been using it on mostly local streets, but it can be used on major streets as well. The estimated cost of phase 3, the mechanic is 900,000, so that would put us at a deficit of 235,000. And to Bell River, it's 1,136,000, so that would put us at a deficit of 571,000. Now, the difference between doing the mechanic and Bell River is actually 235,000. And
200 feet.
So that's why I think Bart and I kind of recommended we actually have to present the paperwork for the Bell River Road. As of this date, no estimated cost from engineering on that Union Street. Of course, I put a note on there that it's strictly unaudited, it's just an estimate. Now, if we go to the local streets fund balance, that's 210,000 at fiscal year 22-23, and the estimated surplus for 23-24 estimated about 43,000. By the way, that's taken from our year-end statement, ending June 30th, but as you get, it's not audited when it gets changed. So we have 253,000 then. Now, the road millage we have on hand right now is 196,000. And fiscal year 23-24 would add another 60,000, so we ended up with what, 509,000. Now, Lois and Robert Streets, with the construction engineering, I put in there 560,000. Whether that's close or not, we were supposed to have that kind of firmed up a little bit by now, but we don't. So that gives us a deficit of 51,000. And we add the millage for 25-26, we'd add another 60,000, so we 9,000 plus. So, again, this is just unaudited, and some of those costs are estimated. So that just gives you kind of a little bit of idea of how we stand with both of those funds at this time. And I think Bart and I discussed this, and I think we're recommending that we have BMJ present a proposal to the Secretary Road Commission from, on phase 3, going from Main Street to Bell River Road.
Go for the long stretch of the big bucks.
And do it for 1928. And again, there's no guarantee that they'll do it or put it in the hopper, but we'd like to get in the hopper, that's, so that what you gotta understand is, a lot of municipalities applying for that money, and when you look at it, there's not really that much money available.
No.
Now,
In the rural funds.
yeah,
they're just-
in rural funds. Now, traditionally, the grants have been 20/80. We put 20, and they put 80, but we pick up the engineering costs. Now, this project, that size of it, it will not be 20/80. We don't know what it be, it could be 50/50, I don't know. But I think we should get in the hopper, and 4 years down the road is quite a ways away, and we don't know what's gonna happen down there during the interim. So that's our recommendation, so. Guys, any questions on that?
I just have a question. I know you guys have kind of explained it. We get a lot of talk, obviously. We've gotten talk over the years all the time, right? About Bell River Road, this road, that road. And lately everybody's been talking about in front of the school.
Yeah.
Is there something that we can do, just even, I understand it's probably gonna have to be a Band-Aid, but something to those, just right by the.
We can do an overlay on it, and then again, it's gonna be such a small amount of a project, you're gonna pay big dollars for it.
Right,
Only
you're
for
gonna get all the
it
equipment out.
only for it to possibly get ground up, either in 28, or let's say they give us 29. Yeah, it's a Band-Aid, and I don't really feel it's that bad to do an overlay on it, just to tear it back up.
That's what I was thinking.
It was like Robert and Lower Street, that water main project there, any cross cuts, they originally, part of the contract, they were supposed to hot patch and seal all the cross cuts. Well, Lois and Robert Street in such bad condition, I said, well, that's terrible, because we're planning to redo
To do
this
it anyway,
road.
right?
So that saves some money,
Yeah.
so.
I
in the
know,
meantime,
you put money into it for only a few years later to tear it right up and start new.
I have a hard time doing that.
Yeah, I
And
understand.
especially if you know you're doing it next year, or even in 2 years.
Right, I don't know.
Well, yeah, but you're not doing it in front of the school in 28.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
gonna be a ways.
no.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that's not gonna be until
That's 8 years later.
8 years away, yeah.
You know, that's all I can think of is an overlay, and the engineers might recommend to grind and pulverize it too, usually. With what I see there,
I
that's
just,
probably
we're
what would
getting,
happen.
you know how on social media is, we're getting people that are pretty vocal about
Oh my God,
specifically
yes,
health and
I've heard that for
safety
years,
of
you know, the
schools.
big question was, why did we start at this end?
Oh, I know, yeah, and I've tried to explain
But,
that to the engineers.
It's not that it can't be done, I don't know where it's feasible to get the money from
It's the money.
to do that.
Okay.
Maybe Facebook group can get all their money together and come up with $1.5 million when we do that last section.
Wouldn't be, yeah.
I mean, the cheapest, really, even if they ground and pulverized it, this is, and to where, from Anderson Street down to west?
Yeah, it's just right in front of the both schools, and
But
it's,
right in front of the schools.
I know the buses, are really hard on that.
Yeah,
That's the
sure.
hardest thing is,
But I think the cheapest would be just an overlay, but at the same time, the road is separating and such, so I'm afraid that would just follow through the new, so we would want something that's gonna last us till we do get money to do it right.
8 years would be great, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say grind and pulverize, and if I knew the footage offhand, I'd probably give it an idea.
Well, so that'd be close to, say, the equivalent of what they did on, say, Mechanic Street.
Yeah.
Okay, and so when we did that, how many years ago, that was, and that's on a narrow road. That was $200 a foot, probably, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, if I remember right. I'd
So
have to
you're
look back.
probably looking at, I'm gonna guess because of the width of the road, you're looking at about $500 a foot.
Mm,
Oh, they were comparing, never mind, I was
I'm
trying to
just-
get Boardman.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just thinking about Boardman with the width
Yeah.
of the road there, cause you've got 2 lanes.
Yeah,
You know,
it's something
I'm just throwing roundabout numbers.
it's
out
a
there.
number I could get like that.
okay.
with the
I
phone.
just wonder, because if it's gonna be, by time phase 4 gets here, another 8 years, it's gonna be.
Well, yeah, obviously, it's never getting better.
Right, well, I know, like I said, I know the buses are very
So,
hard.
yeah, by the
But
time we
there's a
get to
very
phase
economical way to do it. I could actually get a price, if you will, for an engineering firm, they could try to shoot me a figure, if, let's say, we show up to do it tomorrow.
to find out, yeah, well.
Just to find out, I'm
like,
interested
you
to
know,
know
basically
what would
from the
cost.
school to,
For the school,
you know,
the
would
driveway.
it have
Yeah.
to even go to mechanic?
And I'm not even sure we don't wanna put curb or anything in there.
No.
We just wanna, I would say grind, pulverize, reshape, and, I mean,
From the fence of the
it
school.
wouldn't take them a week, it wouldn't take
basically-
them only a couple of weeks to do this
Basically,
job.
the American Legion
Yeah.
to the school area.
Yeah, cause there's a cross cut in there too,
That we
Yeah.
can use.
with the water main.
If
or
you wouldn't
whatever.
mind, just so, that, you know, when
Yeah.
people say stuff, I'd like to have an answer. Cause
I-
my only answer is, we don't have the money, you know, I mean, I'd like to at least.
Well, why don't I do a measurement from in front of American Legion or right in that area to the city limits? I'll make a phone call and I can pass that along to my committee when we have that meeting and they
Oh, cool.
can share it. Okay?
All right, I appreciate it, man, I really do.
Yeah, because, you know, that is the one section of road that I do hear an awful lot.
Oh,
about,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
And it's not just social media, but that's just it.
Well, it is what it is. I
I mean,
mean,
it's-
there's a complaint here and I find social media is very helpful for me to, even though I don't comment usually,
Hear about it.
it gives me information.
Okay.
I
Thanks,
appreciate
thanks,
that,
Bart.
But what, I'll look into that and have you something this week, actually, okay?
Thank you.
Any other questions, or, you know, I'll make a motion and.
Yeah, just real quick, Chris.
Yes, okay.
So we have our, you all know, we got half of the projects we can be addressing in town for roads. I'm just looking there now, we're saying on the local fund balance for streets, basically would be a wash, but this is something that we're definitely doing, correct, everybody? Gotta finish
That was
Lois and,
the,
Lois and Robert. I
And
think,
Robert
is
area.
already-
Lois Roberts, that was the recommendation, or, I don't know if we may have made the recommendation, but that was the understanding.
well, I just wanna understand how
Yeah.
this process is unfolding, so. And basically, it's looking like that's gonna be, we might zero, but it'll be paid for, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so just, I wanted to know if I separate that in my mind from this, from the current proposal. And I'm glad to hear everybody saying they like Bell River, because for, the way I look is basically 20% more, 25% more. And going off of Bell River, you're almost at the top of the grade right there, and then it's that last stretch, however far it's gonna go.
And it's
And
not
as
getting
we all know,
cheaper.
material won't be cheaper, labor, funding, all that stuff, we know, yeah, so I'm all for that, I'd really like to see if we could get that in and see what it comes in at. The other stretch, we'll have to work on that. We got a few years and that needs to be done, and, but I throw in my vote for, I don't know, I wanna prioritize it, but, and also we go to Bell River with this, we do get it, then there's only the Pratt entrance that would have to be finished as far as the intersection goes, so we're finishing up on Bell River right now. That one will come up to Bell River, and it just leads south, so that's 2/3 of that intersection is gonna be done basically, which would be great. But then that stretch from Pratt River, rather from Oregon down to Pratt River, gotta be considered, and also Pratt Road from the corner to probably.
South of Burma, you're talking for Bell River Road?
Yeah. Yeah, that, I'm
Oh.
saying, well, I'm looking at stretches, and I think outside of our problem children, which we always have, you know, Union Street, kind of the smaller streets, but.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones, that's kind of, if we're gonna do things, I like the track that we're on.
I think Bell River's Major Street, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Bell River's considered major.
Major Street. Yeah. Okay,
So if we got a chance to get in that area, I'd love to see us try to get back to 1,000,003,
Yeah,
and, I mean, for 200 feet, it doesn't seem, you know, we can tear it all up again.
Yep.
And we can get right to the top, and we're 3/4 of the way done with the phases all along board, and all sequentially, and it's logical, it's been in order, and we just keep on track, it's getting done.
I'm just glad that south of Boardman wasn't a brand new road when
Yeah.
construction started over there,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah, really, I agree. I'm on that road just about as much as anybody, or if I leave the house, I'm on that road, or I'm on Pratt, one of the two.
I don't think the contractors would have, did the job if they had to replace a
No,
road.
they wouldn't have, they stopped it. Absolutely. Okay, can I go ahead now?
You're on.
Okay. I'll make a motion then that we approve BMJ to prepare a grant request on Boardman Road, from Main Street to Bell River Road, with it in the, to St. Clair County Road Commission. I guess I did screw that up any?
Support.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr, Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa, Wilson, Weaver.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, year 2028.
Okay. 2028.
Now, because your motion was stated as that, what if 28, they decide to kick the can to 29? You gotta,
Well,
I think we wanna take whatever we can get, but.
why don't we talk to BMJ on that? And,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you,
It was all hinged on what we could, our portion.
yeah,
The motion was just to fill out a grant request.
Oh, okay, all right.
yeah, just to fill out the paperwork,
Well, yeah, but on that grant request, it specifies what year you're looking for.
yeah, and, well, we put it at 28. I know,
Well, they'll be taking them, next year they'll take 29, right? Also?
No,
I
no,
don't
where this
think-
is now, I think they call it 26 to 29, but 26 money's already been.
Yeah, it's been already allocated. Now they're going to 27, 28, 29.
So this is like,
I don't think they'll add a year until you get a couple years into it.
So when all these cities jump in and want a piece of action, the county's included in that too, St. Clair County. Sometimes you get pushed further back,
Oh, I know.
but at least you're on the list.
You mean like this over here?
Yeah.
When it was
Yeah.
supposed to be done in 13?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Well, then you change the motion to 27, 28, 29.
I knew 27 was gonna work financially for us to be able to do it.
It's just a motion.
Yeah.
28 is, the word is.
Should you word it that way, Larry?
Pardon?
Should you word it at least 28, 29?
I make a motion to
We can do
amend it
that, we can,
to 29.
yeah, we
In order
can,
specific on that?
we can do that. But you know, we've attended those meetings for years, and remember quite a few years ago, one company, or one municipality dropped out, and
Yeah.
that money then was allocated to the rest of it. Remember that?
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, so,
Well, there's a motion on the table to extend it to 29.
yeah.
Okay. Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Just in case.
Very good. All right, new business. We need to set the fall burn dates from October 6th through November 17th, with no burning on October 30th and the 31st.
Make that motion.
Martyr,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer.
Yes.
All right, next up, we got two invoices from Advanced Tree Experts. One is for the cleanup on Cole Street. It was a tree that came down there, took out the power line and all that stuff. And the boys at Advanced stepped right up and took care of that. And
Yeah, we pushed that tree off for the night because there was no
Right, so he,
emergency purpose.
so it was off, but we still, he had to come up.
He had to come up.
So that was $1,050. The other one is for the removal of the big oak tree that was, on the empty lot, between myself and the party store. That tree, during the storm, you know, I heard that tree split and I went out and I looked at it. And that tree is split from probably 20 feet up to less than 6 feet above the ground.
I got pictures of that.
Yeah,
must
and
have-
you
you must
could
have
see,
the wrong
you could see
address.
light through it, so that's where I pushed Bart to get somebody to get it taken down, because that was a hazard. And again, experts step right up, and I think they pushed
They hit it the
this
same day as they did
the
Cold
top
Street.
of the list to get it done, so,
Yeah.
that bill's for $3,100. And to me, that's not bad for the size of that tree.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to,
Well, I have a question first.
oh, I'm sorry.
For one thing, the address doesn't fit where you just said it was.
Pardon?
80120 M19.
Yeah, that's on the east side of it.
Yeah, I was uncertain of the address. so-
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, then I was just wondering too, can then you just go to cost recovery for, to the homeowner's insurance?
I would believe it should, yes. We'll pay the bill, and then we're gonna probably invoice the homeowner,
Okay, that's what I, if
because, you know, it was one of
That's
those.
game plan.
it's one of their trees.
On these, right?
Yeah.
Is
I-
that- is
well,
that
on
on
the-
Main Street
On
tree?
the Cole Street, definitely, because that came down on the power line. The other one, that's on a residence that's, address that's vacant, and the owner lives out of state, but I still think that we should invoice that to him also.
Right, that's what I think so.
But the one on Cole Street, once that tree falls, I don't think we're gonna be able to recover anything from that. Even though she was advised to remove the tree
Was
by
that-
the same company,
Was that on private property though? Was it on
Yeah.
the city? Then I
but
think
it,
she should.
but it became our property once it fell on it.
Yeah, but
Doesn't hurt to see, but she was told, I just want to point this out without giving addresses or names. One of the limbs off that tree came down and went over her driveway over a car. And our local tree man was called out there to recover the car only, and once he did, he forewarned this person, that whole tree needs to come down. Well, then, got hit with that storm because he warned her, if that rest of that tree or even a limb comes down, you're gonna take the power off of it. Well, she didn't listen. It took the power off, inconvenienced the whole neighborhood. And, anyways, she was advised to take it down. Apparently she didn't have the money to do it, or one of the reasons was. And right now, the tree itself is still standing with two more master limbs up there. And this is where years ago, I mentioned something about getting some type of a tree ordinance in place for private property where we could step in before things like happen. But,
your time's up.
am I done?
5 minutes are over. Okay, thanks, Laura.
But, you know what I'm saying, if we had something on the books where we could enforce, when we see a tree in such bad condition, where we can, hey, give them a warning letter, and if you don't have it done within X amount of
Well,
time.
just to
Yeah, and I
let
don't know
you
if that
know-
falls in the city or if it's gonna fall on the insurance company that's insuring the residents, I mean, you know.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I mean, if you look at the tree that I took down in my yard, and that's because the insurance company contacted me and said, if you
Oh,
don't move this tree,
that's- yeah.
we're not gonna insure you.
Just to let you know,
Yeah, but I
now
was
when I
just
met
gonna
with
say-
them, he did say we should have a tree ordinance with the sidewalk.
Okay.
Because he
Who said that now?
The guy from MML.
Oh,
When I just met with him a couple weeks ago.
Well, that's something
It's
that
a,
can develop.
it's a total public safety.
Right.
Right, get done, Steve.
No, it's right, we don't want people planting the wrong trees by the side of these, like.
So you made a motion?
I'll make a motion.
No, I just, I wanted to make sure that we had both these addresses documented in our minutes. If we do next time, I don't know what addresses were, so if we're gonna send them letters, I'd like a record of it that we discussed it with the actual owners of that property. And that's a pretty big limb part over there on Cole, I mean, that resides on their private property, correct?
Oh, yeah, definitely, oh, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to
And,
make sure.
and again, that dangerous tree is still standing.
I went and looked at it.
Oh, you did, okay, all right.
Yeah, it's, we can repair it.
And again, it could be one or two houses are gonna get hit, or it's gonna come back, depending which way the wind blows.
So Don, you usually just send a letter to a property?
I've never done a tree letter, I don't think, but yeah, I
No,
just
I
sent
don't
it
think
with.
we ever did.
Well, you know, this is a heads up and friendly, this happened, and
Again-
it's their property, let's see what kind of
Again,
response.
When you say cost recovery, that's the fire department, right? So
Yeah,
the fire department will send out a bill for them dealing with wires.
We'll
Yeah,
send,
that
we'll
wasn't
send
what
out
I
a bill
meant
to
by-
DTE.
Right.
Yeah, that wasn't what I meant, but I just meant to get the insurance to pay it.
But that would just be the.
But when you're forewarned about this, then you just ignore it, and then look what happened. And quite frankly, I think that total power outage for 4.5 hours, I think the following day, I'm confused, I'm sorry, is, from my understanding, because of telephone or Edison pole is taken down with the transformer. In a situation like that, is if it isn't up within a certain amount of hours, they flip a switch and they kill the power to that area. And I
Which
believe
is why
that's
we
why.
had the outage, so that they could complete the repairs.
Exactly. Yeah, I think possibly because the transformer was involved in it, but.
Interesting.
And they done a good job, they did get right on it and get it back up.
Yeah, I appreciate them being local and getting out there. Every city needs at least one place they can
Yeah.
depend on like that.
But I mean, you're talking about, extreme subcontractors with Edison, you know, they work diligently.
That's quite a pile of wire over there.
Oh, boy, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't start moving anything, even though the power was off, till they wanted the wires cleared in case I snagged and created more damage, so. Anyway,
Are we done?
You there? Okay.
I'm asking you, Kurt, we're done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion to pay Advanced Tree $4,150 for tree removal with the amended street addresses.
Support.
Mazer,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Martyr.
Yeah. Mayor, I really don't have anything outside of what we've talked about. Jason?
Nope, I have nothing.
I just want to thank everybody for their cards and letters, or phone calls and leaving me on the street. I really appreciate it.
Mr. Weir?
Planning commission meeting coming up, a week from tomorrow. I'm hoping we're gonna get on board and get the rest of this master plan completed. I'd like to shoot a pretty deadline down, I'm not gonna though. But we're close, we just have to do the maps, all the text is done, and outline, I'm getting close, but I'm trying to get that done so we can move on to some other stuff. Ms. Mealy?
Just for, people that might be interested, there's, Richmond's having, for the good old days, they have a car show. And that car show, approximately 5 to 5:30, will be leaving Richmond and driving through Memphis, probably 100 old cars.
Cool.
And then they go down to Alameda. So if anybody would like to line Main Street, and
It's Thursday, right?
Thursday evening, I'd be up there before 5:30, and just wait till, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd mention it.
Mr. Zimmer?
Nothing for me.
Motion to adjourn.